Hello chess lovers, Suren here, and in this video I would like to share with you another crazy game played by the reigning world chess champion Magnus Carlsen. This game is taken from the 9th Lichess titled Arena, which Carlsen won, and what is more interesting, he did it by going for various crazy opening moves. As you know, the 9th Lichess titled Arena, Carlsen was playing under nickname DrNykterstein, and in this game his opponent is a grandmaster playing under a nickname Tayka and was rated 27-27 on Lichess. Now let's see what happened on the board. This was a bullet game with 1 minute time control, and Carlsen opened up with f3, c5 by black, c3 this time. Look at these guys. In many games he was choosing a very wild setup by going for queen a4 and then queen h4 and then king d1, queen e1, and in that style he actually managed to beat a lot of strong players. But this time after knight c6 he went for king f2, and after d5, believe it or not, but this time he played king e3. Where is this king going, guys? And the question arises, can he survive? Knight f6, king f2. The king is now hurrying to its initial square, king e1, e4, but meanwhile black is launching an attack. Knight a3, bishop d6, knight c2, black castles king side, e3, rook e8, f4. As white king is stuck in the center of the board, white is trying to keep the center closed, but here comes d4, c takes d4, c takes d4. Black wants to punish his opponent for this daring undertaking. E takes d4 and the pawn on f4 drops, g3, bishop h6, bishop g2, and black is also winning the pawn on d4. White's position is hopeless. Knight takes d4, queen takes d4, knight e2, queen goes back on b6, knight c3 and knight g4 with a direct mating threat. Queen e2, e3 is coming now. Look at this, guys. This is destructive. d4 by Carlsen and knight f2. Black is attacking white rook and at the same time is freeing the g4 square for the bishop. Rook f1, here comes the bishop. Bishop f3, we see the exchange of light squared bishops on f3, and finally the pawn on d4 drops. In return we have queen takes b7, rook d8, queen f3 and knight d3 check. Well, instead of playing knight d3 check, e2 could have been stronger. You can't win the knight because black can announce a check from d2 and then can checkmate white king. A very brutal checkmate, right? But in our game after queen f3 we have knight d3 check, king e2, again knight f2, black is looking for a mating line, king e1, bishop g5, h4, bishop h6, a4. Carlsen wants to activate this rook, rook e7, a5, again knight d3 check. Black's position is winning, but as you can see still black is not managing to find the winning line, king e2, queen c4, rook a4. With a creative way Carlsen managed to activate his rook, but now the bishop on c1 drops with a double check, although black could checkmate white king in 2 moves. But we have knight takes c1 check, king e1, knight d3 check, king e2. Again, black could go for this mating line but missed his chance, played queen b2, queen c6, queen c2 check, king f3 and e2. Black had a checkmate in 1, but in the game we have e2, knight d5, and the second black queen appears on the board, king g4, after which Magnus Carlsen, DrNykterstein, got checkmated. A very brutal checkmate, and to be honest, let's admit that Tayka managed to punish his opponent pretty successfully, yes. Although in some cases he missed quick mating lines, but all in all his attack was perfect and he gave his opponent no chance to survive. Carlsen got checkmated for a daring king walk. Thanks for watching, I hope that you enjoyed this game. For more games consider subscribing to my channel. Also press the bell button to get notified about new uploads. I will see you in my next video. Good luck.